and this is the hero that I have a lot of faith in. The hero has been looking good for the past 6 months at least, but it is still a specialist hero. Some people still haven't put in the effort to learn the hero properly, but we have seen it in this tournament multiple times. So I have no doubt that Lilgun are going to be able to pull it off properly.
Only 10 seconds.
Hoodwink for Lilgun, and now the Snapfire response from Unity.
Hurry.
This Snapfire can be a bit nasty against the Tiny. He's good against the Mirana trading, but Mirana's also really good at trading damage.
Yep.
Just gotta watch out for that. Early level 2 could be an opening for Unity. Tusk and Snapfire, both of these heroes. If this Tusk ends up being something else than a core, level 2 engagements can lead into first blood opportunities, or at least kill opportunities for Unity. And Lilgun has to prepare for that accordingly as well. If they have lanes that are too weak, can't trade back, things get difficult. And now things get really interesting as well, because we see the Disruptor pick come out from Unity, which is exactly what I hoped for them to pick. Already talked about the stacking scenario, but this Disruptor is great at trading. Snap is great at trading. Tusk is really good as well. So I like what they're going for here.
Every single time I see a Doom into a Morphling, I get kind of skeptical because Morphling likes building into a Linken's. This game in particular, you need some stats because you don't want to get blown up by the Tiny. You don't really want to be morphing into strength too much. So I'm surprised that they went for it. We'll see just how much pressure they can apply to the Morphling. With the Disruptor pick, it puts the Tusk in the core role. We haven't seen a core Snapfire, so no reason to believe that that is what's gonna happen. Now it only comes down to it. This is gonna be a mid lane Tusk or an off lane one, and given the trend, we do assume that it is going to be in the mid lane. Plus, you're playing against the Mirana and the Hoodwink. These heroes are notorious for not being too tanky, so Tusk can bring them down quite easily, especially the Hoodwink. The hero just doesn't live.
So what does Lilgun pick for their damage dealer? Because basically all they have now is set up, a tiny bit of burst, some lockdown, and some chase. A couple stuns added into the mix as well. All they need is damage. What is the optimal damage dealer they're looking for here? Because when you look at the Morphling, I'm thinking somewhere along the lines of either a cooldown-based carry, like a Lycan comes into mind first when you're playing against the Morphling, but you could also go for a different type of approach here and look for yourself a hero that doesn't mind too much about the Morphling turning into your hero, and just being able to dish out damage. Maybe they could go for a backline hero. Say Sniper could also maybe work, I guess.
I was thinking about Drow Sniper. Ursa would have been perfect, but the thing is that you don't really have good heroes to protect you, and there is a Tusk on the other side. So it is not ideal. Sniper is out of the two better because Drow really does not deal with the Tusk. She just dies. The Sniper can somewhat do well in this game. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I would like for Lilgun to pick up. Go for a Slaughter. Actually, this is a good troll game. This is a good troll game for Lilgun. They have solid amount of AoE lockdown from the Tiny and the Hoodwink, plus the arrow follow up, and it crushes the Slaughter. So I'm gonna guess it's gonna be a range hero. So troll, Medusa, and the Sniper come to mind as the three best possibilities I see here for Lilgun.
Medusa sounds super risky for some reason, so I was thinking Slark for a bit, but he loses the lane. Furion was another I was thinking about. But in the end, what is your illusion control? If the Naga is not in the pool, you would look at PL being one of those potential heroes to be brought up, but not something we thought about. How would you grade this PL here out of the heroes that were available?
I think it's really good. The only problem I see is the laning phase. I think you might need to have maybe even 2 Wraith Bands to be able to deal with the Slaughter, and that might hinder your timing somewhat. But yeah, I think it's really good. If you look at heroes of Unity, none of them deal well with the PL, at least not later on. But this is where things become tricky, is that you might lose the lane, the Tusk will hunt you, and you might never get to a point where you're gonna be able to get online. So I think it's risky, but it is a game-winning hero, which is something that Lilgun did need in their lineup.
Medium risk, medium reward.
Yeah, I would put it that way. Yeah, it's an okay pick. Not amazing because there are ways to deal with it, but it is okay and can win the game for Lilgun.
Let's see what kind of form MKS is going to be bringing up on this Morphling. We kind of touched upon it already. He does have a good lineup to work around with. They have a lot of space creation. Slardar can lock down a hero. For example, he can just worry about the Doom in fights. He can bully the supports. If he is not really good against this Phantom Lancer at all, except for the initiation blink stun. But if PL is completely alone, that's a good target for amplified damage. Force out the doppelganger. You will need some backup with the Slardar. Disruptor is I think one of the better heroes to go with along it, because you can just drop your ulti right away and you won't be able to do anything inside it. Get that quick damage burst out, nuke him down. But execution-wise, I kind of feel this Lilgun draft is a tad bit better. But I feel like we saw the Morphling in game number 1, how strong it can be when you get like this quick burst of income. Especially when you're 20 minutes into the game. Like, this hero just ramps up super fast and it's hard to catch up to it. So we'll see what happens in this game too. There's a lot still open.
The problem I have with the Lilgun lineup is that they don't take towers, and their heroes are very good at killing enemies. If you don't take towers down, there's always gonna be someone who you just can't get to. And you know, when you look at the Tusk, when you look at the Slardar, even the Snapfire, not the easiest heroes to kill. And plus, the ones that are definitely going to be more on the aggressive are Unity Gaming. So if Lilgun takes some early towers, I have no doubt that they're going to have a good game. But I just am not sure that's going to happen. So I'm leaning a little bit towards Unity.
They are going to get rid of one of these wards. They're thinking about pinging a sentry on the side of Lilgun here in the mid lane. They were actually pinging that the ward is most likely here, even though it is right under MKS's feet in mid. But the ward that they placed down here, this is going to get dewarded. That's going to be an easy find. Going to be lacking on the vision department in the top lane for Unity after they figured that one out.
And MKS is really playing with his life. I like what he's doing though, with him kind of poking there, knowing that it's not easy for the enemies to bring him down. He's allowing some vision to his team. Usually the Morphling lineups don't really get a lot of runes. You might end up with only 1 or 0. But when you poke and when you at least show some vision to your teammates, they can position accordingly and get some runes for themselves.
Let's see what comes out of this laning stage. We'll jump straight into mid. Tusk versus Tiny. Gonna be a trading lane. Both are gonna get farm. Tusk has really good animation, good attack speed. Tiny maybe lacks the attack speed on this one, but he kind of saves that with the amount of damage that he deals.
Tiny has good animation, actually. He doesn't have good attack speed, but that first hit from the Tiny, it always feels easy to last hit with. So overall, Tiny should have a slight advantage in terms of CS, but usually the lane ends up kind of equal between the two.
Not too much of a skill-based matchup, at least. Want to be cautious with how the lane is going to be pushing. Haste runes, DD runes, probably the biggest abilities you can find. Maybe even arcanes. But I would still rate, like, if you see a DD Tusk or a DD Tiny rotate to the side lanes, that is usually a kill.
I mean, if you would have to rate runes, it depends. If it's a 6 or 8 minute one, I'd say Haste would probably be the best. 10-minute one, I would say Arcane or a DD for the Tusk, and Arcane or again Haste for the Tiny.
Yeah, Tiny really loves the Haste. He I think something good theory crafting from a couple TIs back was the Tiny rotation, the time he spends getting in and out. Disruptor about to fall in the bottom lane. Goes very low, has to force himself all the way under the tower to pop a salve and get himself back up to speed. Top lane also Snap dealing with the Mirana. Slardar moving in, but he's going to get blocked a bit by his friend. Though they're going to turn it around, and Say goes down first. Leaps in, optimistically trying to kill the Snapfire, but Slardar already being there was a bit too optimistic.
he wasn't paying attention to the bash of the deep charges. Slardar had 3, so next one is gonna be a bash and you jump in. It's obvious you're gonna die, so slight mistake from the Marana, but you know, you get kill hungry from time to time. We all do. And Snapfire had a Fairy Fire. Okay, that was now definitely a mistake. Say wasn't clicking onto the enemy heroes at all.
Yep. Well, at least a bit of a response here if Trill can score the kill. Now the Fairy Fire has been spent. There's a Lance flying in, and Say will get the kill. Trill did actually just get Phantom Rush off cooldown, so he could have left it for the PL to pick up, but that kill's a kill. Too late to worry about that now. Bottom lane. MKS. Whoa, full agi there. Felt like a regular right click from Hoodwink. Took like 15 to 20% of his HP there. I got scared for a moment.
For sure. You know, on the top lane, it was cool how Say connected on his arrow. He tossed it while Salad was in Fire Snap Cookie animation, and then the arrow was longer. I think that's the reason that they killed the Snapfire. If it connected before the Fire Snap Cookie, there is a chance that Salad actually gets out.
Outside from that, pretty calm CSing. Every lane getting what they want.
I'm not opposed to taking
Knight sitting in the mid lane, Tusk rotating for bounty runes. 4-2-3 seems to have made a swap now with Trill playing the safe lane and 4-2-3 taking over mid. So let's see what his hero pool is going to look like as he's now shifted roles in the team. Obviously, every one player does have a couple 2 heroes that they can play, and the other way around.
When they had Sanctity in the teams, 4-3 and him would from time to time swap lanes. So 4-3 is not, the mid lane is not unknown to him. So I don't think he's gonna have that much trouble shifting.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna have any issues. Disruptor though, he's got a bit of problems on him. Not a great feeling when Doom slaps you with a guitar.
Weird choice of weapons, but okay, I guess tenacious defend there. So Knight does get tossed back here.
Maybe his D&D character is a bard.
Maybe. Though the bards don't really attack you with a guitar, do they?
Oh, they do. If there's nothing else you can do, they will. You will grab that small fist-sized ukulele and smack your opponents with it until it breaks. It'll probably break, but it's a sharp object at that point, so might as well. They pop a tornado into the bushwhack. Nice damage coming through, by the way, on both of these. The Disruptor has to get on the move. Tornado is dealing too much damage. Ace is going to get the follow-up on it, but MKS will take down 11. Battling it out. While mid is also being a damage trade. Ace. I get waveformed here by MKS. He's taking a couple tower hits, but that's a Morphling, so he can definitely do these things.
Disruptor has 6 sticks, and he didn't use them. I think it would have given him 2 more hits to survive, and might have been enough either to bait the Hoodwink into her death after Ace gets the kill.
Shaw, you almost killed the Marana there with the Bash of the Deep, followed up by the Slitherine Crush. Does get the leap away.
He's going for the Midas. He's going for a Midas. I'm not a fan of it because it's gonna slow down the Slardar's game so much. I'd rather see a Mask of Madness into Blink. Tiny rotation though. Speaking about Zhao Yu, he's pretty much dead.
I mean, Mask of Madness is, yeah, it is a good option, but I guess with all the damage and the slows you're dealing with, it feels like it's a double-edged sword in this particular game. I can protect the idea of going for a Midas because of the attack speed you get from the Gloves of Haste.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Faceless Void, Slardar, heroes like that, it always doesn't feel as bad when you go for a Midas on them because they benefit from the attack speed so much. But overall, I think it will slow down the possibility for Unity Gaming to go forward. Still, if you get a Midas and Knight still rotates towards you, and you get a couple of kills even whilst having it, and you still fight, then it's not going to be that big of a deal. But Unity Gaming still will need to play around the Slardar. You cannot just allow him to continue farming with it.
Yeah, I agree on that. Like, you can't just sit and farm. Slardar also not that great at farming the jungle either, so everything will basically belong to the Morphling. Tusk will want to hunt kills. Slardar kind of has to, you know, combat Midas, basically. Have the Midas up for the lanes. Morphling just get his strength morph out as he sees the animation come out from Ace. Ace is going to be in a bit of trouble here. He might just actually die here all the way. Yes, he will. TP coming in from 423, and he's making a long wraparound.
They didn't see it.
Scorched Earth is out, though. Can he get into position? The ward doesn't show his belongings, and he comes in, but the strength morph. Great timing from MKS, and he had zero vision whatsoever on the Tiny. Might have been a quick glimpse, but man, that guy's trigger happy. He gets it off just in time.
That ward that 4-3 just took down. That is the thing that gave him the glimpse of the Tiny and allowed him to live.
Damage dealt there from 423 onto Salad and Knight as they scout out a double stack. This is what Lilgun has been doing, stacking a lot of farms. Good leap out from the kinetic field.
With a level 1 glimpse, it's way too easy for the Mirana to escape. Unless she leaps into the hands of the Disruptor and he takes her back, and the glimpse needs a little bit more time to get you in the right position. Then you can position the kinetic field properly. In this kind of scenario, it's just not gonna happen.
This might be one of the first games where we're going to 9 minutes with almost every player, every core, at 4,000 net worth.
Yeah, everyone is having a solid time.
Yeah, this is and exceptionally good as well. Usually you have 1 or 2 heroes who are struggling a bit, and they're like, well, we're at 3.5k, maybe a bit above 3k. Then you have somebody who's completely demolished. This time, say, unable to jump out from the kinetic field, gonna get stunned by the cookie. The bash at the deep. Oh, that is so much damage that it deals with the plus 200s. 11 also getting killed by MKS in the bottom lane. But back to my point, the fact that we're going to 10 minutes with everyone having this much farm, it means that it has almost been a perfect CSing from everyone.
It was almost a really bad death from MKS, who
Yes.
who dives the tower, and he got like 20 HP there for a second. This is the right timing for Unity to make plays. The reason they can make plays on top and the bottom is because level 6 isn't there on the Hoodwink. This is the main damage dealer. Now once Lilgun have that, it's gonna be in no time. That's when things change, because Lilgun can start going for kills, and if you overextend, if you don't have enough heroes, you are the one that is going to die. Sharpshooter deals way too much damage.
Gotta be fearful for it. Bushwhack with Sharpshooter. If he lands it from Fog, MKS might not just stand a chance. And they're gonna doom him. He's dead. No strength morph, no nothing. That's an easy one. Ace is gonna get snowballed. They're looking for the response kill. He's loading up the Sharpshooter, and he's trying to reposition himself, but the cookie is gonna land right on top of him. That's a Tusk with a Goomba stomp. And Salad will get the kill for it.
It is still a Doom used, and this is the thing. If the Hoodwink was level 6, Bushwhack into an ulti, and the Morphling dies, and you don't have to use the Doom. Now there's no Doom, which means the Morphling can stay still on the bottom lane, or even a support can, and it's not gonna be easy to kill them.
Right, so I'm a play-by-play caster, so I'm going to ask a stupid question because I can't ask stupid questions, because we get a great pause for everything. So if Snapfire uses a cookie on his ally, and the ally lands on top of a hero that dies, basically the cookie kills the hero, does Snapfire do the damage, or does the hero he cookies do the damage? Who gets the kill?
The Snapfire gets the kill.
So
that's why Salad got the kill just earlier.
Exactly. Right? That's the question I had in mind. So got that interaction out of the way. Snapfire using Mortimer's Kisses. Waveform is going to miss from MKS, but they're going to get a decent amount of damage with a couple more connections. Adaptive Strike into the tree line. The dot is going to take him down to 25 HP, and MKS just needs to land a right click, and he will. One of the top lane, they're chasing 4-2-3. Xiaoyu loading up Bashes of the Deep, and that's going to be the smack. Can he lock him down? Are they going to get any backup for him? Another bash coming through, and so much attack speed, and that just might pay him off, and he's going to fall inside the Static Storm. And MKS goes down to Ace. Sharpshooted.
Ace has been hunting MKS for this entire game. The 2 deaths of MKS, it's pretty much Ace setting it up. And now he wants to defend the mid lane. This is it, the level 6 of the Hoodwink, but you still need the towers to fall. It's a problem for Lilgun that that is not happening. This is the tempo that Unity Gaming needed.
Hoodwink gonna get hit by the cookie, shards, and the shotgun down to half HP. All of his extra armor is also taken away with that little shredder. Say, trying to fight with Law. Law, no ulti. Shaw, you coming in from behind. Morana's like, oh, hell no. I don't want to be here anymore. 4, 2, 3, bye-bye. Gonna get glimpsed all the way back to the fountain as they just caught vision of him inside the tree line.
That's the dead tower. That's the dead tower. Without the Tiny, there's no defense.
Okay, Unity will find a kill on Ace at the back line. Tusk getting an opening onto Ace. That is a tower plus a kill on top of it. So, instant smoke from mid. Trying to make a move towards bottom. See if they can get this one.
This is the thing. Unity Gaming, they've got this game now. They just need to not overextend. You kill the PL when he's out of position, and that's it. You don't dive him behind the tier 1, which is what Knight.
You don't dive him behind the tier 1. All right. I'll go for it anyway. TPs are kicking in. It's now 2. It's now 3. They get Trill. 9. He actually charges in on the Tusk. Gets Walrus punched right away. 4, 2, 3 will find the support. Knight, all he needs to do is just get out of there. He's got charge in 3. No Avalanche in 6. 4. Actually, I'm not sure. There's a blink on Tiny. But he's going to get cancelled. The Mortimer's Kiss is perfectly placed. Doom is going to get burnt down. So that tier 1 dive does actually lead into a kill and a follow-up on that. And Tusk actually walks back into the arrow. Gonna get bushwhacked as well. That's gonna be him falling down. 4, 2, 3, getting pummeled by MKS though. And MKS is gonna reposition himself, trying to get one more, which is Ace, but Ace is already too far away. And that's a pretty decent trade. That's a 1 for 3. You trade off your mid Tusk, but at least you find 3 cores.
The main one is the PL. Now the idea from Unity Gaming is to slow down the PL. I guess that's why you dove, but it was for a bit too deep for my taste. If Trill didn't decide that he wanted to get punched in the face, that wouldn't have worked out. You lose one hero, Lilgun can just move back, and it's not like Unity Gaming will be able to take down that tower.
Also losing control of their top jungle, Lilgun. Map is shrinking. They have not been able to take down a single tower in this game. Losing cores all over. It's like Unity, as he said, fully in charge of this game. Where it is going to go. Their decision making is going to impact on what's going to happen. Law glimpsing the Tiny away, but Ace will find the pick off. 2 versus 1, always better than 1-on-1 versus Disruptor.
This is really bad for PL. He has a Diffusal Blade. This is the item with which you want to fight, with which you want to get kills. And his team is really weak right now, and he does not farm. Look at this. He needs like a full minute to clear down a double ancient stack. And they're coming for him.
Diffusal Blade alone is never enough for a Phantom Lancer, which kind of feels bad for him. Like, Diffusal will do damage, yes, but you also need a +1 to actually benefit from it. Like, not even just a Yasha's gonna do it. Still a 1k HP hero. Say, his escape's gonna be cancelled by the Walrus Punch, and he did have another lead charge, but not able to get enough distance, and now glimpsing the Doom into the Static Storm. 2 free kills for Unity, and looks like the 3rd tower as well about to go down.
This was a good move from Unity. You could see their smoke got broken, but they still had the haste to go towards the bottom lane, and they didn't overextend. They caught the heroes at the exact point that they wanted. Even though the Tiny broke the smoke beautifully and hid in the trees, actually trying to wait for a turnaround. He was hoping that Unity were gonna stay in the triangle, but no. They immediately go towards the bottom lane, the part where they are gonna be stronger, and they get a couple of kills plus the tower. Now they open up the map completely. Again, just comes down to it. Don't overdive, and you're gonna be okay. If they continue moving like this, just make an imaginary line, not to go over the tier 2s and not to go too deep into enemy territory, you're gonna be very happy.
Say was also picking out their own triangle, that they have vision here, because they just crossed that area. Law!
He saved the Morphling. I mean, you know.
Oh, that's unfortunate for him. Okay, you gotta pick off. We're still gonna go Roshan, because we can. We have Slardar, we have Snapfire. Roshan, and they also got a Desolator as well in the Tusk. So yeah, look at the speed of this kill.
This time they really can. A little bit of a blunder is not having the sentry close to the pit. You are playing against the Mirana, but this time speed was really not an issue, as you mentioned it. So you walk into the pit, and in the next 5 to 7 seconds, it's gonna be dead. So you're hoping that Lilgun aren't gonna be that fast, and they didn't even blink there while the Roche fell.
Now that I think about it, Lilgun is actually a team of musicians. You have a mandolin on the Hoodwink, you have a guitar on the Doom. PL, I guess he's like a, I don't know, pole dancer. Tiny's a, you know, a more experienced dancer with this big stick that he has. What does Mirana do? Okay, Mirana's just dying, so never mind about that.
PL from the great warrior to a pole dancer. Okay, he's not gonna be happy with the upgrade there.
Maybe he's one of those like tribal like tiki dancers or something like that, where they have like spears. Maybe he's the guy like doing the war dance and stuff like that. You know, pumping and hyping up the people. You know, like Hakas and stuff like that. BKB being used before the Doom comes out. 11 also pops his BKB because he wanted to close in the gap. So that bit of a, well, I would say, wasted opportunity. And with the Mortimer's Kisses, full-on vision, they see where they are. Static Storm Shards, beautifully placed Tiny. His Blink's coming off cooldown, but the Snowball from Tusk will connect into the Clips as well. Tiny ain't going anywhere. And 11 inside the tree line. They have Dust on the Snapfire. They just need to use it. They're not going to use it. They won't find him, but that tower will open up nevertheless.
Oh, this is a really good dive from Unity Game.
Oh, they still got him. They still got 11. He was there for way too long. He couldn't get out on time. And taken.
This is a really good dive. Zhao Yu, first of all, responding with the BKB and not getting doomed without it. It pretty much sealed the deal that Lilgun can't go forward. And then you already TP'd way too many heroes, but Unity were close. All of their heroes were close, and they approached the fight perfectly. You go in with the Mortimer's Kisses to give some vision to yourself, and then you know, okay, these guys use the Moonlight Shadow, so we're gonna approach it a little bit slower with the sentries there to the right side. Just beautiful performance from Unity. And now is the time when there's no Doom, when the enemies are gonna have to deal with the top wave. You can go to the bottom lane and apply even more pressure.
Yeah, they're doing a lot. They're doing so much work here. Lilgun, all they can do is just run away. Run away, run away, run away.
4-3, that's the same spot that he broke the smoke again. He saved his team right now. This could have been so much worse for Lilgun.
Didn't save all of them though. Say has been caught multiple times on this Mirana, just trying to find information. Unity, they don't even need info. They just want to kill heroes wherever they go. It's not even about okay, they're here now. It's like, let's go. let's just take them out. MKS into the mid lane. Bushwhack, sharpshooter. Isn't going to be enough. The cookie is going to be there to save him. Ace even ain't going to get the connection. The waveform to dodge. The glimpse is coming out. Mortimer's Kisses for a Hoodwink. Can they land this one? Yes, they can. Last one to get the connection.
It's becoming tough. It's becoming really hard. MKS
It already is hard. Let's face it, it already is hard.
But you have the Shining Star, the PL, that is trying to farm. He needs a heart before the next big objective falls. Yeah, it's not gonna be happening though, because his teammates are just gonna be dying here inside the base. The damage output of Unity is way too high.
Yeah, damage output, initiation capability. They just picked up the Blink Dagger on the Tusk. He can also show up and over, and he has a haste on him, so he can do some pretty deep dives here, and he's going to use it right now. Waveforming away, and there goes Ace. Starts loading up the sharpshooter, but too late for any action. Unity going to reset for a moment. They see Snapfire out of mana. They already forced out some damage inside the MKS. Is oh, the avalanche misses! What? Oh. How? How?
I don't know, Panda.
I think that was a, you know, his TP's about to finish. I need to get in there quick. He blinked, and he moved his mouse like maybe 2 units in front of the Blink Dagger instead of getting like a maximum output cast. So, might have been a bit of packet loss that struck there.
Possibly. Also, the reason Unity Gaming, they go back there, it's not because they can't take their axes, it's because it's not that important. What is important, dealing with the side lanes and going for another round of kills. That is what their lineup is good at, and that is what you should focus on. So this is them not overextending and actually doing what is better for them for the future. Because once you outpush the waves, Lilgun, look at how scared they are. They can't go anywhere.
Not looking great for them, for sure. Let's see what they can do here. Lilgun full on smoke up coming in from the side. 4-2-3 with the boys. Scouted out by Xiaoyu and blown up right away. They're all clustered in a small battle here, but they're losing it. Lilgun, they are in big amounts of trouble. 11's going to be sent back as well. There ain't anywhere for him to go either. Just going to get locked down. Just going to get comboed up. And Unity, they're celebrating.
PL saw there that he was not going to be able to get the heart in time. And even if he does, there is a chance that you just get blown up if the Slaughter jumps you. So he tries to go for this build where he's going to be spamming out spears, lances. The thing is that he gets caught inside of the kinetic field. After that happens with the static storm, you have nowhere to go, and you do not have these defensive items that you would have otherwise had. So Xiaoyu just broke him apart on his own.
Broken, discarded, left as a frail, hollow shell of a man. Lilgun, they were happy to snatch that first game away from Unity, but it ain't gonna happen a second time in a row. This time Unity holding on to their guns, sticking to their guns, and looking at a very convincing victory. I want to keep this up. And this is... Yeah?
I just now came to a conclusion. You were making a band out of Lilgun heroes, and you made PL a pole dancer. How is that a band member? How is that a band member? What the hell do you do in your band practice? Okay, that's...
Right. So, depends on what kind of music you're doing, but have you ever seen a dancing crew behind, say, Michael Jackson, say, Rihanna, or any of these artists? Have you ever seen dancers?
I don't know.
What kind of music do you listen to? If you've never seen a dancing choreography crew behind the band, I don't know what kind of music you've been listening to, but we're definitely not looking at classical music with a guitarist and a mandolin man in the crew.
Okay.
So yeah, you're talking to a musician here.
Yeah, you know the
obviously, I can understand your perspective from a point of view where Doom creates a metal band called Doom, and you don't have this PL hanging around there with a stick behind while you're going on the stage. You know, like, that's just not gonna work out. Sorry for everybody if I destroyed your speakers there, but or your headset.
Speaking about music, they would need a Titanic band here on the side of Lilgun, because their ship is sinking in this game. Really, 14,000 gold deficit, 25 minutes into the game. The next Roche will be there in 50 seconds, and the PL is not equipped to fight. He has this Ether Lens build, but that is a build that works if the enemies are coming to your vision, not if you're running towards Unity Gaming, which is going to be happening once the Roche does spawn.
35 seconds for Roche to spawn, and Lilgun, at least for the time being, getting some time to spread around the map and push out the waves. And you can see 4-2-3 cutting out waves. The safest place to farm right now is grabbing the wave. But Xiaoyu, Law, they will spot the Doom. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and he is muted, but he's still gonna bash nevertheless. Piranha's TP cancelled out. And this Lardar. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is supposed to work this way. He is muted. He's not able to use his items, but he's not actually broken because you can still load up Ash with the deep charges. So, yeah, he's not broken. That's the difference between the two.
The Scepter used to break. Oh, MKS is alone on the bottom lane, but help is coming.
Help's on the way. He's loading up. He's still surviving, and the snowball save, and he's back to 1,000 HP. That's going to be more than enough in MKS, even despite not having a lot of right-click damage. He still packs a punch because he's so far ahead. Trill, desperate man fight. Knight will kill him with the shards. Let's see when Lilgun runs out of the battle. Sha Yu and Law, okay. Disruptor.
MKS wanted.
Yeah,
He wanted the Aegis. You saw he TP'd there, and then once he saw the Slardar got it, he just stopped for a second, like, what the hell are you doing? But yeah, I mean, Unity Gaming, their confidence is insane in this series. In the last game, it backfired, but now they're just looking awesome because every single time they're striking on multiple fronts and still destroying their opponents.
Pushback on 2, and a one-shot from Knight. Oh, they're tipping Sei so much. He's been tipped so many times during this series.
That's not a good look for the Mirana. It does make sense though when someone punches you that hard in the face. It takes a couple of days to recuperate from it, but still, Unity Gaming, this game is looking pretty much over. They crushed Lilgun in it. Kind of what we expected could happen.
They're so close to getting MKS again. Close is just not enough. You gotta finish the job. And this is the final fight for Lilgun. GG is called out, and Unity Gaming, they tie up the series. I think they were feeling very ravenous after losing that first game to Lilgun, but they will not make the same mistake twice.
Yeah, I think that's the right word. These are some of their favorite heroes. I know Zhao Yu has liked Slardar for the longest of times. They paired him up with the hood with the Snapfire. You know that lane is gonna be going well. MKS on the Morphling so many times close to dying, but every single time getting out on a sliver of an HP and baiting Lilgun even deeper in. So Unity Gaming just played a clean game of Dota. You could say that they overextended a couple of times, so it didn't get punished because they were super far ahead, and it allowed them to finish the game a little bit earlier. But they didn't have to risk it. Still, as we mentioned, they are going to see where their limits are this time around. Lilgun, they just couldn't punish it. Their heroes. The main problem was you can't take down towers. Towers are not dead. You can't get kills on the enemy side of the map, and there's just no space for the PL.
Yeah, the map shrunk very fast, and not a lot of gameplay for Lilgun after that. They did manage to spread out on the map quite well, but that was also at the very late stages to the game. They got caught in the top lane, lost the last Roshan with just Slardar and Disruptor 2-manning it quickly while the rest of the team was hunting for kills. And a very, very one-sided show from Unity, but it also shows why they're looking like a fan-favorite team here. But ladies and gents, we're going to take a break here as we head over to our second series of the day. Pretty spicy one as well, because it is the team that has tied, was it 4 times so far? Yes, it is. Neon Atomic going up against the top dogs of the SEA group. It's going to be Fnatic. That after the break.